So students, let's start the class. So we are in CA BL08 Digital Business Strategy. And let's look at about your place where we have left the classes. So our entire syllabus is here with a digital business strategy subject. I hope all of you can hear me. Please confirm me. You can hear me well, right? A simple S in the chat box, please. You can hear me well? Yes, okay. So let's continue. So this is our entire syllabus of digital business strategy. So the management of technology, we have completed this area. That is our 10% of the syllabus. So we are in the part B, that is managing information in the business and the digital transformation. So how we are managing the information in a business and how we can do digital transformation for a traditional business. So this is how we are learning. And there are three aspects. The first one is digital transformation and artificial intelligence and a role of information systems in a business and enterprise resource management systems. So ERP. So these are the three learning areas we have to focus. And in our classes so far, we have covered part A completely and part B we are right now. And in that 2.1 digital transformation management, we have completed, I hope so, we have completed about digital transformation management and business process management and also business model transformation also we have covered, I think so. And if we are not, please let me know. I hope so we have covered this one. And 2.0, we have started about big data and artificial intelligence. In that area, we have covered until big data attributes, right? So we have covered about industry 4.0 and that what are the industry 4.0 technologies and about smart manufacturing. And I have explained about big data. What does it mean by big data? And big data attributes. In the last classes, you can see in our video lectures also. The big data attributes are something volume, velocity, and variety, and veracity, right? So this is the area we have covered. And on today's onwards, we are going to cover the left syllabuses, that is from artificial intelligence. So this is the new area they have included after revising the syllabuses. So that is something called artificial intelligence. So whenever you go to the Instagram or YouTube, so there are a lot of videos about artificial intelligence. And also this 2025 is a area or the era that artificial intelligence evolved very speedily because the AI is changing the world and the people are losing their jobs also. In accounting, the person who is using AI will take your jobs, not actually AIs. So you have to know how we can use the artificial intelligence in our accounting, in our analytics, in our management perspective, in our reports. So if you know that, you have an opportunity for the job. For some people, they know accounting, but they don't know artificial intelligence or AI tools to make the life easier, to make reports clear, right? So to make data analytics in a good manner, so they will suffer because the upcoming era is going to take over by artificial intelligence, right? So that's what we are going to learn about artificial intelligence in today's class. And we will cover about artificial intelligence. We will simply call this as an AI, and machine learning, we will simply label it as an ML, machine learning. And key components of AMI, AI, artificial intelligence, what are the subfields of AI? And what does it mean by artificial intelligence? And most of the people are, you might heard about data sciences. So what does it mean by data sciences and intelligence agents in artificial intelligence? And what are the applications of AI and importance of AI in a digital business strategy? So these are the areas we are going to cover under the artificial intelligence section of this chapter. So first we will look at about AI. So let's see the examples and notes I have provided. And please focus on the highlighted text because those are the very key points in that notes. So the first point is artificial intelligence refers to a simulation of human intelligence, right? So it says simulation of human intelligence. Right. So let's explore that one. And the second note, these machines are programmed to think, learn, and make decisions like humans. So, like humans, these machines are programmed to think, learn, and make decisions. And the third point is AI is a multidisciplinary field of computer science. So, multidisciplinary field of computer science. So, that includes various subfields like machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and robotics. So these are the introduction I have provided for artificial intelligence. So now I will give some examples and explanation for this. So for artificial intelligence, guys, focus on these notes. So focus on this area. So the explanation is AI is like teaching a machine. You know, what does it mean by machine? Machine is a man-made product, like a computer or laptop or any kind of machine, right? It's a man-made a tool to solve problems behalf for men. So AI is also artificial intelligence also is like a teaching a machine to do the things that usually require the human intelligence, right? So if you think about before 10 years, the machines cannot think and suggest something. We have to input everything to the computer, or we have to tell them, we have to program them, we have to coding them. So then it will do the things. But nowadays, the artificial intelligence is we can teach the machines, right? So now I'm teaching to you because I'm a human, you also a human, so you can understand, you can think what I'm saying. Like that, now the artificial intelligence, we can teach a machine, okay, you have to do these things and you have to do these things like that. But that is require the human intelligence. It means the machine should think, and after that he has to do some sort of analytical thinking, then it has to answer. So we have to teach a machine to do the things that actually require a human intelligence. So imagine a robot is there, and that robot can learn to recognize the faces, right? So it can recognize the face is human, or it is an animal face. So it can recognize faces, and it can understand what you say. Even also it can take decisions on information. So this is what AI is does. Did you get what does it mean by AI, guys? Simulation of human intelligence. Simulation means it is just, simulation is what acting, like it is taking the human part and it is thinking like a human. Am I make sense to all of you? Did you understand what does it mean by AI, guys? Please respond in the chat. That's how I can understand. You are in the class actually. Okay. You should not be on Zoom. You should also mentally in the classes, right? So it's a simulation of human intelligence. So we are teaching a machine to do the things that actually require human intelligence, right? So I can give you an example. How many people Siri? Siri in Apple devices, iPhone, we have something called Siri. Do you know iPhone users? And in Android, we have something called Google Assistant. Android people, they know about Google Assistant, and iPhone people, they know about Siri, right? It's a smart assistant technology. It means whatever we are asking, it will do. For an example, if we say Siri call to this person, it will automatically call the person in the contact. Siri just set the alarm for 5 p.m. So it will set the alarm. It's also same as in Android. There is a Google Assistant. It will do the things. So that Siri or Google Assistant, it can understand your voice commands. Actually, it will respond to only your voices, not for all the voices, your voices. So it can understand your voice commands. It can answer your questions. Even it can control your home devices. Some people they set smart home devices to switch on the light, switch off the light. So throw the voice commands to the phone. So it can even control the smart home devices. So this is AI in action. So what does it mean? It simulates human like understanding and responses. So that's something called AI, right? I hope so you understand. So artificial intelligence, it's a simulation of human intelligence in machines. So the machines are programmable to think, learn, and make the decisions like humans. And AI is a multidisciplinary field of computer science. Right. So this is a very important point. So computer science. So most of the people you might heard about a degree in computer science. So computer science is like a very big giant area. You know, it's like a sea. So within that, a simple field is called artificial intelligence. So machine learning and machine learning, here I have included machine learning, natural language processing, NLP, and computer vision and robotics. These are the subfield of a computer science. So you can get a proper idea, the family of ML picture. So this is in your study text also. You can see the family of ML. It means family of machine learning, right? So computer science is it's like a grandparent, right? Within computer science, a subfield is data science. And within the data science, there's a subfield called artificial intelligence. Within the artificial intelligence, there is a machine learning, right? So a big guy is computer science. So within the computer science, a small part is data science. Within the data science, a small part is artificial intelligence. Within the artificial intelligence, a small part is machine learning. Okay, you got that family of machine learning or family of computer science or something, right? So this is how we are. So we are in the artificial intelligence. So we will learn about the things. So that's what I'm saying. AI, artificial intelligence, is a multidisciplinary field of computer science. So within the computer science, this artificial intelligence is there. But data science or computer science is beyond artificial intelligence. That is more than artificial intelligence. Okay. Did you get my point, guys? What I'm trying to say is artificial intelligence is just a subpart of data science and it's just a small part of computer science. Am I make sense to you? Right. So this is how they are. And let's move to the key components of artificial intelligence. It means the various subfields of AI. So let's learn about machine learning. It means a very small, tiny part in artificial intelligence, right? And deep learning, DL, and natural language processing, NLP, and computer vision and robotics. So these are the components of artificial intelligence. On also, it's a subfields of computer science, right? So you have to know about this. So machine learning. So here, see this algorithms that enable machines to learn from input data and make predictions, recommendations, or decisions without being explicitly programmed. Right. So here, guys, machine learning is very important, right? Are if you are going for on IT seminars, or if you are going for any new syllabus structure meetings, definitely they will talk about machine learning, because machine learning nowadays, it's a big part in the world, actually, especially in artificial intelligence field, right? So what does it mean by machine learning? For an example, so machine learning is the part of artificial intelligence. First, you have to understand this one. Okay. Here, see, machine learning is a part of the artificial intelligence. So ML, so we will call this ML. ML is the part of AI where the machines learns from the data without being taught exactly what to do. Right. I will give you an example. So you people watched Netflix. How many people? How many people watched Netflix videos? How many people watch Netflix? I hope so. You know about Netflix. Yes. Yeah. In Netflix, Amazon Prime, there are a lot of OTT channels. So have you noticed how Netflix recommends movies and shows you might like? Even just think about YouTube. Just think about, Instagram, even Instagram Reels. your interested videos, again and again, it will show. Similar to that. If you are watching a Tamil videos in Netflix, it will recommend the new Tamil movies, Tamil show. You are watching an action movies, it will recommend all the action movies. Right? If you are watching a Salman Khan movies, it will recommend all the Salman Khan movies for you. Did you notice anywhere? Even in YouTube also they are. So how is happening? Because there's a machine learning. So machine learning is something machines can learn from the data. We don't need to tell the machines, you have to do this if something is happening this. So we can learn the machines that learn from the data we have feed, and without being told or without being instructed, without being programmed, it will take the decision and it will do the things. Because so Netflix or YouTube's, they know from the algorithms. So machine learning algorithm, we will say that algorithms, right? So machine learning algorithms, your viewing habits, how you are viewing, what kind of content you are consuming, how much time you are spending on what kind of content. So actually, from your past viewings, it learned from your data and it is suggesting. That is something called machine learning and machine learning algorithms. So that's what I have said in the notes here. So algorithm, it means machine learning algorithm. So it's something like a coding or something. We don't need to explore that one. So that enable the machines to learn from the input data. Whatever you are doing, for an example, in our examples, how you are viewing the contents, what kind of content you are viewing, like what kind of movie, who are the actors they are. So that they learn from the data and it make prediction. So it make prediction, okay, so this person like this type of content, this type of movies, and it's produce recommendations, or it can come up with the decisions, and without being explicitly programmed. There's no program for each and every people, because for an example, if you take YouTube, how many billions of people are using? Do we can code for each and every persons? No, we cannot. So that's what the machine learning is there. Did you understand what does it mean by machine learning, guys? Am I made sense to you? Dilekshan, Shubhashini, Snega, Shifra, Shajida, please respond to me. Vidurshan, Nishos, Nishat, Nafiz, Osama, Danushan, Azmatunais, Aparna, Amar, Akib, Abirami. Okay, cool. So then let's talk about deep learning. So deep learning. So deep learning is a more advanced type of ML. So we can label this as a more advanced type of machine learning. We can call this like this. So this is a kind of machine learning, but deep learning, DL, advanced type of machine learning. So see the definition, a subset of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks with multiple layers to process and analyze complex data, extracting high-level representations. What does it mean by? So it's a subset of ML, means that's a part of the machine learning, but it's a very advanced type of machine learning. And it uses artificial neural networks. There are something I will explain to you. And with the multiple layers to process and analyze the complex data, right? Very, very complex data, extracting high-level representation. So let me explain this. So the DL is a more advanced type of ML. It means the deep learning is a more advanced type of machine learning. And something is there, neural networks. Okay, neural networks. What does it mean by? Did you heard about the word neural? In our brain, there are something called neural networks. We are keeping, we are remembering the things associated with something. For an example, if I say apple, in the brain, the word apple, it associated with the image of an apple. If I say Apple computer, so that word in your brain, it is associated with the image of an Apple computer. That is called neural networks. This is how our brain works. Our brain store the information. So these deep learning, they are using the neural networks that is inspired by the human brain. So it is learned from the large amounts of data, billions of millions of data. It uses a neural networks like human brain, and it is process and analyze the complex data. I will give you a very good example. How many people, in US, they have introduced self-driving cars? Self-driving cars. It means the car doesn't need a driver. It can drive to the particular destination. It will figure out the traffic signs and pedestrian crossings and other vehicles on the road. So this is from deep learning. So how it is doing is self-driving cars uses deep learning technology. It means they have neural networks with multiple layers. So that self-driving cars, they are using the deep learning to recognize the traffic signs. So where the traffic signs say stops, where the traffic signs say we can go in the road. So where is the pedestrian course people are crossing and other vehicles is there? What are the speeds they are coming? Right? So the car's AI learns from millions of images and driving scenarios to make a split-second decision. It's taking decisions in very milliseconds. So that technology is from the deep learning. It's a very advanced method of machine learning, right? Did you understand, guys? What does it mean by machine learning? Direction. So machine learning simply, we don't need to program the computer. It can, from the data, it will predict, okay, we can do something like that and it will do the things. That is a machine learning. Deep learning is an advanced type of machine learning. It uses neural networks like humans, right? Complex data we can use. As I said, self-driving cars are deep learning technology. And the other one is natural language processing, NLP, right? So this NLP, it allows computers to understand and generate human language. For an example, guys, let's see the text here. So techniques that allow computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. So how many people noticed, right? Within a 2 weeks, I'm just asking. So how many people noticed in YouTube videos nowadays, even it is a Tamil language, the subtitle is coming. Did you notice that one? When you're watching a YouTube video, even our YouTube channel videos, automatically the subtitle is coming very perfectly in a Tamil language also. Did you notice anyone? Right? Yes, Nafis, Osama. How? Now, YouTube is introduced NLP technologies in their videos. It means it can understand the human language, even whatever the language, how we are speaking, how a US person will talk, how a Indian people will talk. So these are the techniques that allow the computers to understand and interpret and generate human language, how human will talk. And also, did you notice in some YouTube videos and some Instagram videos, the faceless videos, the AI voice is coming. The AI is speaking, but we can't recognize that is an artificial intelligence. It is a fake. It's not an actual human. Because that accent, how a human will speak, he is simulating actually a human. We cannot even predict it is not a human. That's how the AI voice is coming right now. The industry is changing. The voiceover industry is changing. People are working on YouTube channels, making thousands of videos using artificial intelligence within 10 to 5 minutes. Right? Because there's a text. From that text, the AI voice will be generated and it will automatically convert to a videos. We can do thousands of videos, 2000s of videos within a single minute. And even people, they don't understand it is AI. They're thinking it's like an actual human. Right? So the natural language processing behind that. So it is applications include like text analysis, sentiment analysis, machine translation, and chatbots. Right? So we heard about chatbots. So these chatbots, it can interact with customer service websites and it can uses the natural language processing to understand the customer queries and it can provide appropriate responses. It means if for an example, I'm saying you are talking about WhatsApp, okay? If we have an NLP technology with an artificial intelligence, we can create chatbots and we can integrate the chatbots with you. So whatever you're asking, if you're asking Tanglish language, it will respond to you in Tanglish like an actual human. You won't understand it is not a human. That's how the system is working right now. So the chatbots on customer service websites, it can use the natural language processing to understand how customers are talking, and it can produce an appropriate responses. So for an example, when you type where is my order, the bot can understand your questions, and so it can generate from the data, okay, what is your order status, and it can ask you what's your order ID, and when you give the order ID, it's automatically picking from the bunch of data and provide you the exact information. So that is something called natural language processing, NLP. I hope so you understood the thing. Another one is computer vision, right? So the computer vision, the field that enables machines to understand and interpret visual information from images or videos, right? So guys, a very recent days, I think the last week maybe, Google introduced Google Lens search in Google Chrome. Anyone noticed? Any of you user Google Chrome user here? If you are seeing a page, in that page, if you see an image, you can search on that image. You just right click it and you can search on Google Lens. It will find what does it mean by, what is the image about it, what's the location, what's the history of that image. So how it happens? Yes, Inshaf no, Nafis no, because the computer vision technology is there. So it enables machines to understand, interpret visual informations from images or videos. So these are the application include image recognition, object detection, and image generation. Technologies like image generation, what do you call Da Vinci, uh, and there are some other image generation also. There are a lot of tools right now. So there is something called computer generation. So computer vision, it enables the machine to interpret the visual data, images, videos, and similarly to how human sees and understand the things. That's a very important. So the face recognition technology, smartphones, in the smartphones, for an example, I don't know about the Android. In iPhone, face recognition technology is there. We don't need to unlock our iPhone with a keyword or with a password. We just show our faces. We don't need to even just normally we can take the phone and unlock it, because that's a face recognition technology. Computer vision is there. It can understand, okay, this is the owner of us, right? So the face recognition technology, it's a computer vision technology. It's recognizing your face and it unlock your phone simply. And also robotics. So the design and creation of intelligent machines that can physically interact with the environment. Physically means, so the computer vision or NLP or deep learning, machine learning, these are within a machine. But robots are not like that. It is in actual world. It can touch things, you know. So it is in the physical environment. It is interacting with the physical environment. And also it's an intelligent machines. So the robotics, it combines the AI, artificial intelligence, with the machines to create the robots, and it can perform tasks in the real world, right? For example, in manufacturing plants, robots are used to assemble the cars. So now in Tesla's companies also, robots are used to assembling the car 24 hours a day. So these robots can identify what is the parts, and it can pick them and it can put them accurately. So all thanks to artificial intelligence. Nowadays, people are losing the jobs in Tesla, right? So these are the key components of AI, guys. You have to understand. So components mean the field. So in the machine learning, because we are using artificial intelligence, machine learning, we are using machine learning technology in artificial intelligence to do something without explicitly coding. And deep learning, we are using very advanced machine learning, and NLP is there, and computer vision and robotic technologies are there. So these are the key components of artificial intelligence you have to know. And let's move to the next topic about AI and data science, right? So artificial intelligence and data science. So data science, a broader interdisciplinary field that combines statistics, mathematics, computer science, and domain expertise. So you can see data science is a very big part. Okay. So within that, computer science is there, mathematics is there, statistics there. So combine all the things, we can say the data science. So the data science involves collecting, analyzing, and interpreting large amounts of data. Right. Let me explain to you. So data science, guys, is about analyzing a large amounts of data. Large amounts of data means billions of data, right? Billions of millions of data. And we have to find the patterns, right? And insights that can solve the problems or inform the decisions. For an example, I'll tell you in one example. Let's take Amazon company. So companies like Amazon, they can use the data science technology to analyze their customer purchase and customer purchase history. For an example, Amazon is a very big company. I think every day maybe millions of transactions. For a month, it will be billions of transactions will be there, small transactions, right? So the companies like Amazon, they can use the data science to analyze the customer purchase history and they can predict what products you might want to buy next. Each and every person, even a billion of customers are there, they can understand from the data science technology, okay, this person purchasing using credit cards within this amount, and these are the products he already purchased. So related to that, what kind of products it can recommend. So that's something called data science. It involves with a large amount of data. And data analytics. So data analytics is a subfield of data science. So within a data science, a big giant area, there's a small area called data analytics. So that's what I'm saying, a subfield of data science focused on analyzing the data to uncover the patterns and trends and insights that solve the business problems. Right. Let me explain. So this is a specific area, guys, within the data science. So within the data science area, within data science, we can see data analytics. So the data analytics is all about, we are having a data. Within that data, what are the information we can generate from that? Right? For an example, I will tell you one example. The retailers like Food City, like small companies, it means they are selling to actual end customers. So they can analyze their sales data, right? For an example, Food City for a month, they have 100,000 customers data. Okay. But within that customer sales data, they can understand which products are most popular in the Food City and what's the reason. What is the seasonality? Because this is the Eid festival season, because it is a kind of Tamil festival. So what kind of seasons is there? And they can stock in the next time, they can stock more stock because it will happen again and again. So this is something called data analytics. So data analytics, it's a subfield of data science. Guys, did you understand with me? Am I make sense to all of you? AI and data science. So data science is a big part. Within that, something called data analytics. Okay. Right. Then intelligence agent in artificial intelligence. So intelligent agent, a system or entity that perceives its environment, processes information, and takes actions to achieve a specific goal or objective. It exhibits intelligent behavior and can make decisions autonomously. Okay, so AI, an intelligent agent means like it's a smart system that observes its surroundings, right? It is looking around the surroundings and it can process the information and it can make the decisions. So the example is in video games, guys, the AI opponents are intelligent agents. They see the player's actions, decide on a strategy, and act to win the game. So but what I'm trying to say is, in video games, you can see when you are playing a video game, if we have an intelligent agents in AI, it means an opponent. If you're playing with another boss or something, so it can understand how you are attacking, how you are to win the game. So they can find another strategy, then they will attack on you. So nowadays, the intelligent agents, video games are coming. So it can understand how you are even playing the games. There's something called intelligent agents. So it can think and it can take the actions without coding. So that's something called intelligence agents in AI, right? And the more important thing we will talk about is applications of artificial intelligence, where the applications of artificial intelligence are nowadays. So the AI technologies are applied in various industries, enhance the efficiency, productivity, and decision making. So the key applications include, the first sector is healthcare and finance and transportation and customer services. So in healthcare, the AI driven diagnostics, treatment recommendation, and patient monitorings are coming. Already it came into US and other companies. For an example, guys, so if you take healthcare, the artificial intelligence nowadays help the doctors to diagnose the diseases, right? So one thing happened to me also, actually, guys. So I have taken a medicine. Okay, I have taken a medicine for my son, and I couldn't able to read that doctor's signature. Okay, I couldn't able to, and even the pharmacy guy, the person who is working on the pharmacy also, he didn't able to understand the writing of that doctor. So what I did is I just opened ChatGPT app and just upload that image and done. It is detailing all the medicines even. It is recognizing the doctor's signature, what we as a human and even as a pharmacist, he cannot understand that written signature of the doctors, but a machine, a chat gpt is understanding the doctor's signature, and it is telling what is the medicine and what are the benefits, how to use, how we couldn't able to use this one, what are the overcome, what are the what do you call side effects of that. It's detailing all of the things, and also where you can buy the things, it's the link, what's the price of this. Oh my god. So this is how the AI is there. So in the healthcare sectors, even doctors, they are using to diagnose the diseases, analyzing the medical images like x-rays. So nowadays x-rays simply you can analyze, even you can analyze the x-rays with chat gpt, right? You don't need to consult with the doctors nowadays. So the medical images can analyze, x-rays can do that. So the AI can detect the early signs of cancer also, right? That is missed by the human eye. AI can detect the early signs of cancer in a person. So that's how the healthcare sectors can utilize the artificial intelligence. And also in the finance sector, automated trading, fraud detections, and personalized finance advices, there are a lot of things. So banks, they're using the AI to monitor the transactions for signs of fraud. Because so if we have a millions of billions of data and customers, we cannot monitor individual person, but the machine learning can do, the deep learning can do. So the banks can use the AI to monitor the transactions for the signs of fraud, if there are any signs or signals from the fraud. So if the AI detects something unusual, like a sudden large purchase in a different country, so it can flag the transaction for further review. Did you notice, guys? I have noticed commercial bank is using artificial intelligence things. How I have noticed, even how much customers commercial bank is have. How many people? There are a lot of people. Even if I am receiving a foreign remittance from my US company, if I am receiving even $100, next day I will have a call. Okay, what's the purpose of these transactions? Where did you get the money? What is the source of the income? So I am receiving a call. How many customers they have? But individually, they are understanding there's a foreign remittance for me, and they're calling to me. How? Because the artificial intelligence is detecting, is there any unusual transactions, right? So it can flag the transaction, and tomorrow the human agent is calling. So that's how the system is working. So there are a lot of use cases in finance also, and transportation. So the autonomous vehicles, the routes optimization and traffic management. Okay, that's good example. So guys, did you use Google Maps in recent days? In Google Maps, I have noticed one thing. This is the last week, I think. When I driving a car, it exactly saying what is the kilometer per hour I am going. I'm looking at the phone, and in the Google Map apps, okay, Google Map app, it is showing, okay, I'm going with 100 kilometer per hour or something, and I'm looking at my meter, my car dashboard, same, exactly same Kilometer per hour is showing in my phone. That is in my meter dashboard. So the transportation, they in the app also they are using artificial intelligence. So autonomous vehicles, the route optimization, traffic management, right? So companies like Tesla, they are developing a self-driving cars and that use AI to navigate the roads, avoid the obstacles, and follow the traffic rules without the human input. So that is the usage applications of AI in the transportation areas. And in customer care and customer service, AI-powered chatbots, right? Nowadays, most of the chatbots are powered by artificial intelligence. You cannot even predict it is not an human. It will talk to you for your every questions and answers like a human in your own language. Even if you are typing in Tanglish, Tamil, it will answer you. You cannot understand. Even if you are not feeling, it is a chatbot. So that's how the AI powered chatbots are there, the virtual assistants and sentiment analysis, right? So that's how the customer care service is changing. So AI chatbots are used by companies like airlines, right? They're handling customer inquiries 24 hours, 7 times, checking the flight status or booking the tickets. So they're using AI chatbots. And also in manufacturing areas, predictive maintenance, quality control, and process automations. So the AI is there. So the AI can help the businesses operate the more efficiently because it can automate the task, providing valuable insights and supporting a better decision making. So that's how the manufacturing industry can utilize this. And in e-commerce, we will learn about more about e-commerce in next chapters. So the e-commerce companies, it can use AI to personalize the customer experiences, right? Recommending the products based on the browsing history, right? Which can lead to increase the sales, right? The customer satisfaction also there. If you're searching for some kind of toys, it can recommend the toys for you in the website. So you are happy, right? Because you are searching and someone is recommending to you, okay, the purchase is happening. The sales is happening. Both parties are happy. So guys, so let me summarize the things what we have learned so far. So I talked about machine learning, deep learning, NLP, natural language processing, computer vision, robotics, those are enabling the artificial intelligence to learn and understand and interact with the real world. Okay. And also there are various applications. And the importance of artificial intelligence and digital business strategy, you can see AI can automate the repetitive tasks, right? You're doing a task every day, every day, every day. It can be automated with an artificial intelligence and it can provide actionable insights, detect the patterns or anomalies, and support the strategic decision making. So the implementing AI in a business process leads to an increase the efficiency, your productivity, and your competitive advantage. So these are the importance of artificial intelligence in a digital business strategy. So these are the knowledge, guys, you have to know about artificial intelligence in your syllabus. Did you understand very well? If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any questions related to artificial intelligence, we have learned so far. Right? So let's move to the next topics, data and algorithm. Right. So data and algorithm. So we are going to learn about datum, I think. Datum, data, information, and knowledge. So first we will learn about data and algorithm. So what does it mean by data? So there are 2 points within that, datum and data. So datum is something like a single measurement or value within a data set. It represents a singular data point. Datum is the singular form of the word data. Okay. Simply, guys, I'm telling you very, very in simple. But what does it mean by datum is, imagine you are tracking your daily steps using the fitness app. It means you have an mobile application and every day you are walking and you are tracking how many steps you have walked, right, with an app. If you take 10,000 steps in a day, right, the number 10,000 is a datum, a single piece of data. Okay, 10,000 steps in a day. So that 10,000 is a single piece of data. That's something called datum, right? Simply one data. We are calling the term words. And the data, the raw facts, observations, or measurements collected or recorded, often unorganized and lacking context, right? So data means it's a raw facts or observations, but it is not in an organized manner. It is often in unorganized manner, and it can be numbers, text, images, audio, or video, right? That does it mean by data. So data, you have to understand the raw. It means raw means what? It is not processed. It is an unprocessed facts, right? Think of it like an ingredients in the kitchen, right? Ingredients in the kitchen before they are turned into a dish. So you have vegetables, you have onion, you have carrots, like tomato. So those are the ingredients. It is in the kitchen. That's how the data is. It is not processed as a meal. If you are going to make a biryani, you need tomato, you need vegetables, that and this, right? So the biryani is a processed one. So the ingredients, it is unprocessed, something called data. Okay, I hope so. I made sense. So the data, guys, it can be in many forms. That's what I'm saying. It can be like numbers. For an example, daily sales. Every day. So what's the product you sold to what customers and time? So that's a numbers data. And the customers can give you reviews in text format. So customer reviews, that's a text data, right? You have your image of your product. That's an image data, right? So you have the record or audio of a customer service call. So that's the audio data, right? So on your business premises, you have a CCTV camera. In that, you have a security camera recording. That's a video format of data. So those are the data, the types of data, the data. Okay. And in the type, we can say there are structured data and unstructured data. So structured data means it follows a specific format. What does it mean by specific format? This is like an organized recipe list, right? For an example, each ingredient is listed with a specific amount and order. For an example, let's talk about an Excel file. So in a spreadsheet with columns for dates and sales figure. So in one column, so all the dates are there. In another column, sales figure. What are the numbers of sales? And also in the another column, customer name is there. So this is also a data, but it is a organized. It's a structured. It is following a specific format. That is something called structured data, right? So unstructured data means doesn't follow a predefined structure. So this is more like messy kitchen counter. For an example, it's like how we are keeping like we like a folder of random images. So there's a folder. Within folder we have a family photos, trip photos, that photo, this photo. So we cannot organize it, right? And there are text documents also there, audio files also there. So that's something called unstructured data. So you have to understand this one. So guys, now structured data, unstructured data, what does it mean by data? And also qualitative data and quantitative data. So qualitative data means, for an example, non-numerical data. We will say customer feedback, that is in a text basis. We cannot count or we cannot measure. That's what we are calling as a qualitative data. Quantitative data means we can count that one. For an example, sales figures, it's 100,000, 200,000. That's something called quantitative data. There's a well-defined picture in your study text also. I have taken for the reference. The both qualitative and quantitative data figure. So the qualitative means, for an example, if you see a tiger or something like that here, the orange colored skin with a black stripes, that's a qualitative data because we cannot measure that one. But when we say that there's a 4 legs, it means the 4 is a quantitative because we can count it. And also the white color paws is there, scary look is there. So these are the qualitative information. But when we say the tiger has a 2 ears, 2 years. So it is a quantitative because we can count it. So that's what we are having a types, that's qualitative and quantitative data. So quantitative data means we can measure, we can say, for an example, okay, this much of kilometers, this much of meters, this much of kilograms. That's a quantitative. So there's a difference between quantitative data and also qualitative data. So the data examples also, I'm giving a list of numbers representing the daily sales figures, a collection of customer names and addresses, a set of survey responses. These also are examples for a data. So you have to understand datum is something like a one piece of data, and you know about data right now. So did you understand what does it mean by data? Because even in your A levels, in your O levels also, we are talking about data, right? Data, information, difference between data and information. So this is not the big thing to you. Just I am refreshing your knowledge. Did you understand well about data? Darshan, Dilakshan, Subhashini, Snega, Sajita, Nishos, Nishat, Nafis, Osama, Danushan, Aparna, Akib, Abirami. Got it? Right. So then an important word, algorithm. Where did you heard about this word in today's lesson, guys? Algorithm. In which area I have talked about this one? Algorithm, this word algorithm. Which area? Are you following the classes seriously? In which area I have talked about the word algorithm? ML, correct, Osama. Machine learning, yes, correct, Nishad. So machine learning, algorithm அப்படின்னா சொன்னேன். Okay, so machine learning, right? So the data and algorithm. So in that area, let's explore that one, algorithm. So algorithms, we don't need to remember everything. So just you need to know how it's working. So we will give some input data, right? So it means we will give set of rules that give the expected outcome from the given input, and it will give the output. So this is how the algorithm is working in very, very simple. It's like a, it's like a recipe in your cookbook. So you have a cookbook, where there are a lot of dishes there, dishes there. You can prepare those dishes with this kind of recipes. So that's like the algorithm is like a recipe in your cookbook. So it provides a set of instructions to solve a problem or achieve a specific outcome. So that's how the algorithm is defined. So the definition is here: a step-by-step procedures or set of rules designed to solve a specific problem or perform a specific task. So that's something called algorithm, right? So the attributes, let's talk about attribute. Attributes means characteristics of algorithm. So the first one is well-defined inputs and outputs. So the algorithm takes clearly defined inputs and produces a specific outputs, right? So let's talk about it very general and realistic words. So just like a recipe, it needs specific ingredients. It means if you want to make a biryani, for that you need to have a ingredients. It means you have to have an input. If you are failing at the input level, your output level, the biryani will mess. So just like a recipe, you need some specific ingredients to produce a dish. It's an output. An algorithm also, it requires the clear inputs. We have to give the rules, regulations, or set of rules clearly. Then only it can generate the expected outputs. So the attribute is well-defined inputs and outputs will be there in the algorithm. So that's one of the character. And the second one, it has the consistency. So produce the same output for a given set of inputs every time it is executed. So for an example, if you follow the recipe, for an example, you are making a kind of Hyderabad biryani, just assume Hyderabad biryani, and also you know the recipes for that biryani, and every time you are following the exact amount of recipes and you are mixing in a correct way, you must have the same quality biryani every time. Like that, if it is an algorithm, it should produce the same output for a given set of inputs every time it is executed. That's what it's saying, right? So consistency. So you should get the same dish as I explained to you. So similarly, an algorithm should also produce the same result for the same inputs every time. That's something called consistency. And also finite execution, right? The algorithm is executed for a finite number of iterations, any times, right? Anytime, every time, millions, billions of times. There is no end point, right? A number of times you can execute, no problem. And precision. Instructions within the algorithm are precisely defined without ambiguity, right? So each step, for an example, if you are making a biryani, each step in the recipe is clearly defined, right? There is no problem. There is instructions like that in a algorithm. That's precision. And efficiency also there. The performance is measured by the use of computational resources, time and memory, right? So for an example, let's come back with our biryani example. So some recipes are quicker, use a few ingredients, right? So for sugar or some sort of, a kind of small amount we have to put, that's it. So in algorithm also, this is like using a less computational power or time to get the same result. So the performance is measured by the use of computational resource. So you have to use the very minimum time and memory. And accuracy also there. So relies on the correctness of instructions and the validity of inputs, right? Just as following a recipe correctly ensure that this turns out well. So an algorithm also, the success depends on the correctness of its instruction and also the input. So that's an attribute. And it's something called modularity. It means design the concept that allows for reusability, maintainability, and easier the testing and debugging, right? So you might use a basic source recipe in multiple dishes. In algorithm also, the modularity allows the parts of the algorithm to be used in a different context. So these are the some attributes, guys. So it should be scalable, handle problems regardless of their size or complexity, and adaptability. The algorithm can adjust it or redesign to handle the different scenarios. So these are the actual attributes. It means if we are having an algorithm, YouTube algorithm or Google algorithm, right? There are a lot of algorithms there, right? Machine learning algorithms. So if we are finding an algorithm, it should have these characters. There should be a well-defined inputs and outputs. Consistency should be there. The finite execution, precision, efficiency, accuracy, modularity, scalability, adaptability. So these are the characteristic, we can say. And algorithm design, how actually the people, the coding people or developing people are designing the algorithm. It's just nothing to know, just simple thing. So there are some prerequisites. You have to define the problem, right? What kind of problem you are solving. And also you have to identify what are the inputs and also what is the expected output for particular inputs. Then we have to design the algorithms. So for that, we will use the flowchart or pseudocode to design the use of algorithm. So this is something like an, flowcharts and pseudocode, right? So IT people know about this one, right? Start and this kind of we don't need to know what does it mean by, but this is how the algorithm design is there with the flowchart and pseudocode, right? And after that, we will test and implementation. So testing the algorithm and Python programming. So Python is a very important word in data analytics. That's a programming language. So we can test the algorithm, and also there are Python programming language implementation also there. So this is the Python language. So this is how we will test whether actual output is coming or not. Okay. So this is simply how the algorithm is working, right? So that is data and algorithm sections. So guys, as you know, our exams are MCQs exams, computer-based exams. We don't need to memorize everything, but we must know what does it mean by. When you are reading the questions, your brain should simulate, your brain should have a hint, okay, we have learned this class about this, and you have to read the answers and you have to capture. Okay, so in this point, we have learned these things and we have to pick the answer this. That's what we need it. We don't need to write paragraphs in the exams because that's a computer-based MCQ exams. Am I make sense to you guys? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to convey you? This is not a writing paper. We don't need to write. We just need to understand the things and you have to find the correct answer within that question. If they're talking about natural language processing, if they're talking about artificial intelligence, yes, we understand things. We have already learned what is the correct answers we can pick from the choices. That's it. Okay. Right. And let's move to the data analytics parts. Right. So data analytics. So there is something called descriptive analytics, right? So the descriptive analytics, guys. So the definition is here. Descriptive analytics is used to understand the historical data. It means already happened, already recorded, already produced data. Something happened earlier. So the descriptive analytics is used to understand the historical data, summarizing it to gain insights into past events and trends. It answers the question, what happened? Like the answer the question to what happened. That's a very important word here. So you have to understand. So descriptive analytics is like looking at your car's dashboard, right? So while you are driving the car, you are looking at your car's dashboard, right? It gives you information on what has already happened, such as how fast you are going, how much fuel you have left, your current mileage. Similarly, guys, the descriptive analytics also, it summarizes the past data and it help you understand the trends and events, right? For an example, a retail store manager, for example, Food City manager, just for an example, take. So a retail store manager, he might use a descriptive analytics to look at the last month's sales figures and he can see which product sold the most and during which times. So he can take he can take decisions, right? So this is something called descriptive analytics. What does it mean by we are analyzing the historical data? What does it happen? What happened? Why happened? So that's something called descriptive analytics. So in the steps in descriptive analytics, we can have step 1, data processing, and step 2, the descriptive statistics. So data processing means we have to collect the data, we have to manipulate the data, data validation, data sorting, data transformation. After that, we will have the statistic. So simply I'm explaining a collection, right? So in the data processing collection, how we have to collect the data. So we are gathering the data from the various sources such as databases, surveys, sensors, or web scraping, right? For an example, guys, imagine you own a coffee shop, right? So for that coffee shop, you gather the data from your sales receipts, right? So every time when you are receiving the cash from the customers, you are giving the receipts. So the data is in the sales receipt. Who are the customers? How much money we have received? What is the time we have received? That is in the sales receipt. And also, you are taking customer feedback, right? And also on your inventory records, what are the inventories are there in your inventory count? So these are the collection. So the data, it can be collected from a particular databases, particular surveys we have conducted, particular census reports, or web scraping. Web scraping means within the web data, we can use the softwares and system to scrape the data, right? That's something called scraping. So this is one of the data processing step. The first step, collection. We have to collect the data. And after that, manipulation. Manipulation means transforming a data into a useful format for analysis, including capturing, validating, sorting, and organizing the data. It's like, guys, for an example, when you're organizing a data, right? So what you're doing, you have a sales data. You are grouping the sales by day, right? Monday, Tuesday. What are the sales of Monday? What are the sales of Tuesday, right? And also you are doing a sentiment analysis, like what are the positive comments, what are the negative comments in the customer feedback data. That's something called manipulation. We are make sure the data is in a good manner to understand. That is something called manipulation. We can validate, we can sort, we can capture, right? And data validation means ensuring the accuracy, completeness, and consistency of collected data including cleansing, eliminating duplicates, and removing the errors or outliers. It means what? So data validation means you are double checking your records. Ensure there are no duplicate entries. There is no errors, right? Because when you are, for an example, when you are making an Excel sheet, so in some formulas, it will give errors, right? So you don't need to do that one, because if the input is not good enough, the output is also not good enough. So you are removing the duplicate, you are removing the errors in a particular cells, right? So that's it. So your data validation, your data is not with the duplicate entries. And data sorting, it means in the Excel sheet also you can see, we can sort the data by alphabetical orders. If you have a name list, we can sort the data from A, B, C, D. Or the numbers means the ascending order, the highest number to lower number. So like that, for our use case, we can arranging the data in a particular order based on specific criteria, alphabetical, numerical, chronological. That's something called data sorting. So you might sort the sales data by the date to see which days were busiest, right? Like that. And data transformation also, we can say the data transformation means converting the data into a standardized format, right? Suitable for further processing. It means is it data for date data, is there text data, is there number data, is there decimal data, is there currency data, is there? These are the types of data, right? So we could convert the daily sales into a weekly average to get a clear view of business trends, right? So that's something called data transformation. So these entire section, so we can collect the data, we can manipulate the data, we can sort the data, we can transform the data. That's something called data processing stage in the descriptive analytics section. And descriptive statistics, after we have transformed the data with the data processing, then we can combining multiple data points to create summary statistics or high level representation. For an example, what are the sum of the total and average and count, and we can produce reports and visualization, right? That's something called descriptive statistics. So in these steps, what we actually trying to do is we are summarizing the data. For an example, you calculate the average number of cup of coffee sold per day or the total sales for the month. That's something called descriptive analytics. And also you will do data reporting and visualization. You could create a bar chart and show the sales trends over the month, like in the line chart, making it easy to identify what is the peak sales period, what is the very low period. So that's something called reporting and visualization. So see, this is one of the visualization, right? So you can clearly see it in the your study text. You can see this is a sample data visualization dashboard using the Microsoft Power BI, Power Business Intelligence, right? So this is it's a free software, guys. Microsoft Power BI is a free software, but it's a very powerful software. We are also using for our own company purposes. This is a dashboard. It will give you the entire things, like what are the monthly sales, what is the revenue, what is the student count, what are the enrollments per month. So for our use cases, like that, this is in visualization part. So if you do the data analytics like that, first you have to, your data should be collected in a very good manner, and you have to manipulate the data validation, data sorting, data transformation. After you do your data processing only, you can come to the descriptive statistic and make the visualization. Otherwise, if you have a bunch of garbages of data, your visualization, it won't give you insights. Your decision will fail, right? So that's something called descriptive analytics. Okay. So the popular data visualization tools, like as I show you in the uh, Microsoft Power BI. So these are the data visualization tools are currently in Microsoft Excel is a data visualization tools. We can create charts and so many things in Microsoft Excel. So that's mostly used software. And Microsoft Power BI, I have shown you just now a dashboard. And there's something called ClickView, Tableau. These are the very, very powerful and market ready available packages. So see the icon. This is a Power BI. This is Tableau, ClickView, SAP also there. So these are the data visualization commercial packages. So you must know what are the data visualization software. So Microsoft Excel's, Power BI, ClickView, Tableau, these are the data visualization tools. So if you have the data, if you feed the data, so if you know how to process the data, then after that you can come up with the descriptive statistics of visualization tools, something like that. And within these tools, guys, we can have several kind of reports. So one of the important report is drill down reports, an exception report and presentation report. So drill down reports are very, very famous. And also I am also very keen to use that one for our company purpose. Also, I'm using drill down reports. It means from the high level to minimum transaction level, we can go with the reports. Let me explain to you. So this is something called drill down off and drill down on. For an example, if you see the sales report, guys, here, so you will see, okay, beverages is there, this date, items, discount. So this is how. So if you click this beverages in an actual day report, it will give you this kind of drill down reports. It means for Brazil, for the Janet, it's a product. Within that, 6 products sold, right? Like that. So it is a high level data. And if we want to go deeply, we can just click, then it will produce a report like that. So this is drill down off, this is drill down on. So these are something called drill down reports. So these reports are like zooming in on a map. If you have a Google map, if you are seeing a Sri Lanka as a whole, beautifully the Sri Lankan image will become. But when you see the Google map, very, very zoom in your own location or your hometown, you will see the roads, you will see the, whatever the districts and everything. So that's how the reports is. So it's like a zooming on a map. So you start with a broad view. It means overall company sales, and can drill down to more detail. Like it means sales like in specific region or specific employee, like that. So that's something called drill down reports. Am I make sense? For an example, guys, a sales manager, they might start looking at total sales for the entire company, and he can drill down to see how each department or sales team contributed to those numbers. Within the same report, he can click and click and click, and he can go with the report. That's how the report has to be prepared. That's something called drill down reports. It can be produced by Power BI and Excels and also other visualization softwares also. And there are something called exception reports. So exception report, I'm simply giving an example. It's like the parameters could be set so that exception reports are generated for all capital projects which exceed budget by greater than $100,000. For an example, guys, so these are the system generated reports. For an example, just assume a car's warning light. This is something like a car's warning light. Only comes on when something is wrong. For an example, you have a low oil pressure. So in the dashboard, the signal, the warning light will come. If you are running low on fuel, it will indicate in the dashboard. In the hybrid cars, if you are going to crash the car, so if there is some actual human is going on, the sensor activated, it will give you an signal like that, guys. It's like a car's warning light. The exception reports. If something is gone wrong, it will produce the report. It will notify you only when something unusual happens. Right? Like that. For an example, we can set a parameters. Exemption reports are generated for all capital projects which exceed the budget by greater than 100,000. It means if someone is accepting a more than 100,000 budget report of a budget project, only the report will generate and it will send automatically to a particular manager or someone. That's something called exception reports. Right? We will set a parameter, and if that parameter met, it will automatically produce a report. That's report called exception report. And the presentation of reports is very important. So we have to present a report in a very, very good manner. Then only the report can be readable and understandable. So if we are going to present a report, it should be in a good presentation, and it could be in standard format. The length also, it should be good, right? So because just a well, as you know, a very well presented report means it's very well served, right? And also the standard format means companies, they are using consistent report format, like the signature style and what's the font size. So that those also should be followed, and also the appropriate length, right? So it should be with a very short and sweet. The report should be short and sweet, not overwhelmed with overload information. So this is how the reports should be produced. So in the data analytics, we have seen about descriptive analytics and popular data visualization tools and types of reports. And another concept we are going to talk about is data warehousing and improved reporting capabilities. Right. So data warehousing. What does it mean by data warehouse? The definition, the purpose, reporting, data warehouse versus data mart, advantages of data warehouse systems, data processing methods. There are a lot of things. So first, let's simply understand what does it mean by data warehouse, right? A data warehouse contains data from various internal sources, right? For an example, from your sales order processing system or your nominal ledgers. So we can have the data. It means collected data. A place of collecting the data is something called data warehouse. So we can have the data from the internal sources as well as the external sources. It provides a coherent set of information. It means a connected information, one information connected with another information, like a relational database systems. So it provides a coherent set of information across the organization for management analysis and decision making. Right. So first, guys, let me give some examples to diagnose this information. Think a data warehouse like a giant library. I already provided the information maybe in previous lectures. It's like a giant library that collects and store all the information, important information, right? From a different parts of an organization. So this library holds the data from sales system, financial ledgers, even external sources like market trends, right? So this is the place data warehouse means this is the place your entire company data from sales, marketing, finance, from external sources, competitor analysis, everything will be here, right? So they gather the data from every store or sales figure, inventory levels, customer preference. Every information is stored in a data warehouse, right? So it's not a physical room, it's a system, right? So it's allowing the company to analyze the overall performance and making informed decisions, right? So that's how the data warehouse system is working. And what is the purpose? Why we have to have a data warehouse? Why we have to have a centralized system to collect all our data? Right. A good question. If we want to have a drill down access, it means drill down reports, we must to have a data warehouse. It means our entire data should be one place. Then only we can create a high level reports. With that high level reports, with few clicks, we can drill down the reports to the transaction level details. So if we want to go that much high level, we must have a data warehouse. So it can facilitate the management, reporting, and analysis by providing unified data sources, right? So that's how we need it. So a data warehouses allows users to dig deep into the data when necessary, right? For an example, if you want to check a specific transaction or sale for a particular customer in a particular time, if we want to drill down deeply from the millions of sales data, we must have a data warehouse, right? For an example, a manager is there in a one shop and he want to understand why a particular product sales is spiked last month, very high. So he want to understand. So if we have a data warehouse in our company, they can drill down to see which stores had the highest sales, what promotions were running on there, and even what is the customer feedback during that period. And we can understand because every data in one place, right? So that's the purpose we have the data warehouse. And reporting and query tools is very important area. So you will understand like I'm having an idea to start an advanced from basic to advanced Excel analysis course in future, guys, not nowadays. And you will learn about queries, Power BI, and Power Pivot. In Excel also, there's something unit is called Power Pivot. If you want, you can search Power Pivot, Power Excel, Power Query. These are very powerful tools. You can analyze millions of raw data in Excel. Excel is the most underrated software in the company. Most of the people are just using for simple purposes. But if we know Excel very well, you can create so much of analytics there. So that's something called reporting and query tools. So we will learn those things later. So these reporting and query tools, it's more flexible. So must support multi-dimensional data analysis, also known as online analytical procedures. This word is very important for your exam purpose, OLAP, right? OLAP. So guys, flexibility means what, right? So just like you can look at a book from different angles in a library, right? If you're taking a book in a library, you can look at different angles. Different angle means who are the authors. In your library softwares, you can go and select the author of the book, and you can see how many books he wrote and which genre that book is there and what is the publication date. So like that, the reporting tools also in a data warehouse systems, it allows users to view the data from various perspectives, like by product, by region, by time period. So that's the flexibility, multi-dimensional data analysis, right? So the OLAP means online analytical processing. So it enables viewing the data from various dimensions like product-wise, region-wise, price-wise, budgeted sales, actual sales, time period, and understanding the relationship. For example, data on a product sold in a particular region during a specific period can be accessed instantly. So that's something. So OLAP means, guys, it's like we are having a magic tool, right? That lets you instantly see all the details about a product sold in a specific region during a particular month, because that is a cloud-based system. So if for a company wants to analyze the sales of a specific toy, for an example, a toy, during the holiday season across the different regions, this all up, it means online analytical processing. The system allows them to compare the sales by region, which stores performs best, and determine what factors contributed to the success. So the system can analyze. That's something called OLAP, right? Remember that word. And data warehouses versus data mart. As I told you earlier, data warehouse is entire place. It's a central repository of data. It's like a central bank for other banks. Every data will be there. So it serves the entire organization with a central repository of data. Every data can be retrieved from the data warehouse. So what does it mean by data mart? So data mart means, guys, a smaller, a more focused version of a data warehouse. It's not the entire warehouse. It's a very smaller and very more focused version of a data warehouse designed for a specific purpose or department. So that's something called data mart. Okay. So a data warehouse serves the entire organization, like a central library that everyone in a city can use. A data mart is like a more small specialized library for a specific neighborhood department. Like that we can say, right? And also I can give you an example. A large bank might have a data warehouse for all its data, but might also have a data mart specifically for its marketing department. So it can analyze the customer segmentation and campaign performance. So that's something called data mart. So data mart for particular department, but data warehouse for the entire organization. I hope so. You got the point. And advantages of data warehouse systems. Why we have to have a data warehouse system? The first one is we can access to data without disruption. So the decision makers can access the data they need without affecting the operation of core systems, right? So just like you can borrow books from a library without disrupting other people's access, decision makers can retrieve the data from the warehouse without affecting the core business systems, right? Right? So in a company, executives can analyze the sales trends without slowing down the cash registers or inventory systems in the store, right? So they can do their work. Other people can continue their work. No problem. We don't need to disrupt other people's work. So we can access the data without the disruption of other department or other organization employees. And the broader organizational perspective, a wider range of data is available for easy querying, encouraging, and comprehensive view of organizational activities, right? So a data warehouse is something like a wider angle view of the organization, much like standing on a very top level to see the whole city like an eagle. That's how the data warehouse is there, right? So the data warehouse to see not just individual store performance, but also how the entire chain of organization is doing in the particular regions or countries. So that's a very big broad view, and the proven success in various areas. So if an organization have a data warehouse, They are quantifying the effects of marketing initiatives. How many leads we got, how many leads are converted as a sales, how many are in the follow-ups, how many are not converted as a customer. So we can quantifying the effects of a marketing initiatives, and also we can enhancing the knowledge of the customers. We can identify and understanding the most profitable revenue streams. So these are the proven success areas. So the data warehouses help the businesses to measure the impact of their strategies. What are the strategies we are using? Whether those strategies are impact the organization or not, and learn more about their customers and identify the most profitable areas also, right? So this is the power of data warehouse. It can produce the insights. We can discover the reason marketing campaign significantly boosted the sales or not. So those kind of things are proven in success areas. And also information sharing. So data in the warehouse can be made available to business partners such as customers or suppliers, right? For example, I have given customer sales order information can be shared with customers, while internal product and service information can be provided to suppliers, right? So information sharing means, guys, for example, if we have a data warehouse, it can allow the companies to share information with the partners, right? For example, or library lending book to other libraries, right? So a company can share the sales data with the supplier to help them understand which products are in high demand. So they can uh, issue the product, and it's allowing for better inventory management and restocking also, right? So that's something called information sharing. Easily we can share the information with our business partners so they can understand our businesses and they can take decisions according to that. So that's something advantages of data warehouse systems, right? And data processing methods. When we are trying to process our data, there are a variety of tools. The organization use various tools and methods depending on specific requirements, domains, and technologies. So these are the very important tools, guys. SQL, we have SQL for database operations, spreadsheets for data manipulation. Spreadsheet means nothing, Excel sheets. Programming languages, they are Python and R. Remember these words, okay? Python and R language. These are the data analytics language. Python and R, both are different data analytics language. So these are the data processing methods. So this is all about under the data warehouse sections you have to know. And guess, shall we move to tomorrow class? So next class, or shall I continue? Are you there, all of you? Next class, okay? Okay, fine. So please read the study text I have already provided. In that study text, every notes are there. Please read and understand and come to the class. Then my explanation will be more effective for you. Okay, so let's move to the next class, and next class we will talk about predictive analytics and key concepts there. Then we will move to the other areas of information systems and ERPs and things, right? Okay, and thank you all. Thank you for your time and being with me, and see you in the next classes. Thank you all. Bye. Have a great day.